It's showtime.
It's time. It's Vader timed.
It's time for Deeper Shade of Soul. Yeah.
Deeper shade of soul.
All right. Now what? The phone's going. Brr, 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 brr. I'm like, stop. See if anybody even knows that we're live tonight. Gail didn't know we were live tonight.
She didn't.
She did not. She thought that 441 was in place of tonight.
Ah.
Do. Deeper shade of soul. Now I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of the night now. Hadn't thought about that song in like 30 years.
And there's reasons for that.
Yes. All right.
Toof.
Is that Mont again? Toof again.
We have two people here.
All right, yeah, Cranky Pants is here, so we can roll.
And they're both on Facebook. So
all right. Well then let's
what's up, Cranky Pants?
Let's give them a 5 in Shri. Woo's your mama?
Cranky. I'm cranky.
Yeah.
Deeper shade of crank. That's for Cranky Pants. Are we not up on Twitch yet, he says?
I don't know.
There we go. Okay. Do you want to do the 5 and 3 again just because
yeah,
I didn't want to well, I didn't want to start it if we weren't on everything, and it took Twitch a while to respond, so
that'd be all right. All right, I'm gonna give you a 5 in Shri.
Okay, good enough.
Woo's your mama?
This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you a fresh in piece. Marley settling off, Pete getting pissed off, an actual anniversary, and new music from a friend of the show. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just a day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Now with Dream.
And now, here's your host, Bill Winters, and Mr. Throwback himself, Jamie Robinson.
And a very pleasant good evening to everybody. Welcome to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 440. Coming at you live and direct from your two favorite idiots, Bill up in New York, Jamie down in Virginia. How are you, my friend?
I am, of course, well. I am well. Woke up on the right side of the grass, so you know that's a positive on the day.
Always a plus.
Yeah, got myself a little 18-year Florida Canu.
Very nice.
And got my favorite coffee in my favorite coffee mug.
Yes, the one that doesn't exist.
It does not. And yeah, aside from that, here we is.
I hope everybody had you know it. You know. I hope everybody had an uneventful 4th of July. Everybody ended with the same number of appendages that they started with anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's his own favorite idiot. That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, other than the fact that, you know, my dogs went crazy nuts and you know, it was just idiots all over the place.
Yep.
You know, people can complain about the fact that they're spending, you know, $4.89 a gallon and stuff, and I can't make ends meet now but you had enough money to go out and buy enough fucking fireworks for 4 fucking days. So whatever.
Yeah, I posted about them.
Oh, I know you did.
I was told that
it was very blunt.
Well, that's kind of how I am.
I saw nothing wrong with it.
I don't see nothing wrong. Oh,
Because you ain't going to hurt nobody.
nope. We just
Just-
dancing here.
We just dancing, y'all. So, other than that, the wonderful broken tooth that happened earlier today, that's fun.
Yeah,
I'll have
broke
that
your
worked
tooth
out.
again, tooth again, tooth again.
I'll have that work done next week. All because, somebody wasn't watching where they were going while they were pushing the EKG cart. And the next thing I know, I turn around and whammo! right in the chops.
By
And I'm like,
whammo.
I was like, ow. But it didn't happen right away. Like, the piece broke off like half an hour later. And I was like, oh, I bet you I know what that's
Hey,
from.
what
So,
caused that out of nowhere?
I bet you I know exactly what caused that. I've got something bothering my ear.
It's your tooth.
It hit hard enough that I pulled the Mick Foley. It came
Yes, through your nose, but it went through your ear instead.
through my ear instead. So
Yeah, it's just like Log by Blammo. Yes.
it's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
Damn straight.
Anyway, welcome everybody. Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 440. We are here with all that you are expecting from us. Hip-hop headlines, woo news,
Technical
one and
difficulties?
done.
Oh.
Always technical difficulties.
Say what they expect. That's what the people expect.
A one and done, a record of the week from our new artist of the month, as we are in a new month.
Mm-hmm.
An old to the new from a friend of the show, which is always nice.
It is.
And next week, I'm sure we're going to have another old to the new from two of your favorite people that came way too late to add this week.
Yeah. Well, if this one hadn't come in yesterday,
The other one would
the
have
other
been
one would
on
have
tonight.
played. Yep.
So
But I stumbled on next week's. This one was sent directly to us.
Yeah.
So,
Well, actually, next week is
well, yes.
yes, next week.
The next show where we do an old to the new.
Yes, because next week will be our tribute to 1993,
It will.
our second ever year spotlight show.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we already actually have that one in the can because you will be on vacation.
You're spoiling the behind the scenes magic.
There is no magic.
There is no magic.
And that is why I made the appointment to fix my tooth because I knew we weren't recording.
We will not be live.
See, it all worked out in the end. So.
Yes.
But
So by us recording an episode a week early,
it allowed
caused
me
your
to
tooth
break
to
my
get knocked out. Yeah.
that was
So it's the
karma.
Yes, it's the Diggable Planets butterfly effect.
Also, wasn't the butterfly effect in Jurassic Park too? Or no, I guess that was chaos theory or something like that.
Yeah, what?
It's all the same thing. Anyway, so we'll do the old to the new this week. I'll read some lyrics. We'll talk about July's Fresh Flicks date.
And I already have
remind-
the movie picked out, and I'm not
We'll
telling
remind
anybody.
everybody, if you have not already paid, you need to pay for the newly christened league this
Yes.
year. We have a new name for it.
We're not fancy like the NFL,
No.
and we've always been known as the fake football league. So the
So we-
FFL still sticks,
Yes.
but
But now we will be the NFFL.
yes,
We will be the
non-fungible football league.
We got to get Ed in here somehow,
Yeah,
one way or another. Anyway, what
gas
say you,
station we
good sir?
passed. Yes.
What say you, good sir? Would you like to start off with little hip hop headlines, considering that's usually how we start?
That is a
this
good
thing
place
off?
to start. Yes.
Well, why mess with a good thing? Why ruin a good routine?
Yes.
Would you please start us off with a little of that Triple H?
Yay, yay.
This is hip hop brought to you by Mr.
Throwback Thursday.
Well, get on it. It's your time.
It is my
says,
time.
Gail says we should call it the Bill Can't Win League.
If there's one more year where I finish in the Felicia position,
Yes.
then by all means, you may put it the Bill's a Loser League. The Bill, Bill, Bill is Loser League. There
Yes,
you go.
that works.
That is a good acronym for it because that would. And
Hey,
the
you
sad
guys
thing
fit in
is,
with the Buffalo Bills of old. It's the boy I love losing Super Bowls. Yes.
I love
It's Bills League.
you cannot say that name.
It was one word.
Ah. Okay.
And it was Bowles, like Todd.
Okay.
So it was Super Bowls.
Hey, hopefully I can get tickets from Sirius XM again and we can do another game.
That would be nice.
That was fun. That was a good time.
It was a good time.
You know what is not a good time?
Yeah.
Starting these damn shows off with Fresh in Pieces. I can't.
Yep.
And this one kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was. There was no lead up. There was no news that he was ill.
Right. That's the big thing. It was kind of
I believe
out
not
of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, not to jump on your article, but I believe it says that they thought it was a heart attack.
Yes. Yeah, which, could happen to anybody, I suppose.
Yes. Yep.
But
It's not something that you can plan for.
Who it happened to was the man known as Pop and Taco, Bruno
Yes.
Falcon, who was one of the stars of Breakin'.
Falcone. Yes.
Yes. I always see Falcone with the E on the end.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I'm a Mets fan, and Pete Falcone was one of our pitchers.
Yes.
First guy I ever saw throw a knuckle curve. Hip-hop trailblazer, legendary dancer, Bruno Pop and Taco Falcone has passed away at the age of 58 years old from as you said, a possible heart attack.
Right. Yeah. But they're not going to do, an autopsy either.
No, they're considering the death to be natural.
Right.
No foul play. No. And you know what? I'm kind of the school that if there's no reason to cut the guy up,
Yeah.
don't cut the guy up.
Yeah.
So,
For those of you who are watching who may not know who we're talking about, this is Bruno Falcone.
Mhm.
He was in Breakin'. He was in Breakin' 2. He was we're gonna put you under. He was the number 2 for the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an amazing dancer, choreographer. Was a choreographer for Michael Jackson for a long time.
Yeah.
That's a big check in the box right there. Michael Jackson's choreographer.
Michael Jackson was a lot of things, but you can't deny he was an outstanding dancer.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you're choreographing for him, psh, I believe he worked with other Jacksons as well, but he was in the Moonwalker video or mini movie, whatever you want to call it.
Yes,
the one where they all lean forward.
Right. He was also one of the dancers on Smooth Criminal.
The Alien Ant Farm song.
Yeah. He was on tour with Michael during the History Tour in the 90s too. So I guess he also danced with other family members, LaToya, Janet. He was in music videos with Lionel Richie and Shaka Khan.
Was he dancing on the ceiling?
I don't know if he was or not. Royale with cheese.
Well, you got to give the question first. Not everybody's watching.
Trivia. What was Breakin' called in Europe? My answer to anything, what was it called in Europe, is Royale with cheese.
I'm going to say electric breakdance. That is my guess. We got to wait for Nipsey because, the research department isn't here to help us out.
Yes. So Nipsey, is he right? Shall I do a drum roll?
I'm never right.
You're half left all the time. So
I am.
Are you all right? No, I'm half left. Electric Boogie is the guess from
Rob.
my friend Rob. So we're waiting for Nipsey to give us
Nipsey's
the
probably
trivia.
just got to look it up now. Oh shit, I got to look it up and find out what it was.
Breakdance in UK and Break Street 84 elsewhere in Europe. Okay, then.
Nice. See, I like to learn stuff.
So you were half right. You went electric breakdance.
Right.
So
I gave the
for
full
you.
title, not the subtitle that they released it under.
So
Break
number 2 on our list, Marley sells out.
Yeah, there's a lot of this going on. I think Irv Gotti
More
just...
so now in the last 2 years than there had been in the last 20.
Yeah, because there's companies out here buying stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's people selling off their
And
catalog,
offering
parts of
big
catalogs.
dollars.
Yeah.
So Reservoir Media acquired a stake in the catalog of hip-hop producer Marley Marl.
Who I'm sure has quite the catalog.
Yeah. Reservoir said last week they'd spent $224 million across 110 transactions during the 2022 fiscal year, which ended March 31st. Company possessed about 140,000 copyrights and 36,000 masters.
That's a lot.
Some of this stuff that Marley sold as part of his transaction were projects with LL,
Yeah, Mama said knock
TLC,
you out.
TLC, who we did last week, is the one and done.
No, it's record of the week.
Or record of the week.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes,
Yes.
who can never be a one and done,
No.
and Nas, who could never be a one and done either.
No.
Yeah, LL's Mama Said Knock You Out, where Marley pretty much co-produced every track on that. Yeah, it has 80.52 million Spotify streams, that record. So
That's not bad.
people still listening to that record.
That's like almost as many as we have listens. Right.
Whom I've slept with.
Indeed.
yeah.
Full Tommy Flanagan.
Yes. So it didn't
Which
say how
side
much.
note about Tommy Flanagan, the greatest part about his entire character, what is that his last name was Flanagan, but he would pronounce it as Flanagan.
Flanagan, yeah.
Yes, that was the greatest thing.
It doesn't say anywhere in here how much Marley got for.
No, it's probably multiple millions of dollars. If they were doing what they were averaging, like $2 million a transaction, weren't they? Isn't that what it came out to be or something?
Roughly, yeah. So he probably got about $2 to $3 million. Hell, the Mama Said Knock You Out, it would have been worth that alone.
Yeah, but he's given up. Say, okay, well, I've still got all these other things that I'll still make money off of. I could take a quick chunk of change right now, get some of that Bugs Bunny money. And... Yeah, I just saw today. Irv Gotti's thinking about doing the same thing. And a couple of years ago, there was another big one. I don't remember who it was right now, and it's going to bug me, but I'm not going to stop the show to look for it. It was another big one. It took me by surprise. I was like, really? So they're selling off all their stuff? Because they sold a lot of stuff off. I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember either. I remember we talked about it, though.
Yeah, it doesn't
We were
matter who
shocked.
it is.
Okay, Dwayne.
Because we didn't get any of that money. So
Hot New Hip Hop brings us our next one. Hi, my name is Chuck. And I
this
mentioned
is because, well, the funny thing is you mentioned this next week.
Yes. I was going to say, I know I mentioned this, and I couldn't remember if I mentioned it on the one we put in the can or on the one we did last week.
Future. I sensed that you were going to mention this next week, so I figured that I would put it in here now.
You are amazing.
I try.
Mr. Doc Brown, Back to the Future. Hot New Hip Hop reports, and if you were watching the live stream of the show for episode 441,
which you should all be watching, but
I mentioned the Jeopardy contestant who somehow the category was Chuck D.
Right.
And they had all sorts of different people whose name was Charles with the last name D. Charles
Or
Darwin and things like that. But the last one was rapper Chuck D. A fan chastised the contestant on Jeopardy who got Public Enemy confused with the Funky Bunch.
Yes. And I will go out on a limb and say she didn't confuse anything. She just doesn't know who Public Enemy even is.
And
because if you were to put me up there and it was a Chuck D who was a country singer, I would not have been able to answer the question.
I can't think of a Chuck D that was a country singer. There was a Charlie Pride, there was a Chuck P, and a Chuck R, because there was Charlie Rich. But I can't remember a Charlie, Chuck D. I'm sure there was one.
Charlie Daniels.
Well, there you go, Chuck D.
Qualifies
There
as a
you
Chuck
go.
D. Yes. But anyway,
and he put out a country tune or two. I mean, Devil Went Down to Georgia is a country staple. So
yep,
there you go. So
yeah,
you would have gotten that one right.
I would have gotten that one, that one in the category. Yeah, but I don't expect people, everybody who's answering or who's dragging this person on Twitter and whatnot, obviously knows who Public Enemy is and who Chuck D is. There's a whole world out there that doesn't know who Chuck D or Flavor Flav are. They just don't.
There's a whole world out there that doesn't realize that Marky Mark has had the Funky Bunch locked in his basement for 30 years.
Yeah.
So
he lets them out though.
And then this
to perform at fairgrounds and when he has a bad day.
At PJ Tour Kid sends a thing and says, this person on #Jeopardy just thought Chuck D was in the Funky Bunch. She should get credit for being the most wrong she could possibly be. Shit was amazing. At Jeopardy, at Mr. Chuck D.
Wrong.
And Chuck responded.
This is a really, really cool thing because he is Chuck D. He is Mr. Chuck. He has millions of followers on everything that he does. And he comes out and defends this girl.
Yeah, and says everybody don't know everything. It's why I introduce myself wherever I go and whoever I talk to. It's just courtesy. The sad thing is not knowing those other Chuck D's like Charles Darwin and Charles Dickens.
Mm-hmm.
And,
so Chuck's not high on himself.
I was going to say, Chuck does not have the ego that other people would have had. So
no, and, that was evident when he was on the show with us. I mean, he was driving home.
Yeah.
And said, sure, I'll talk to these guys who have no idea who they are.
Driving himself, mind you. Wasn't in a car service or anything.
No.
But
yeah, good luck listening to that episode. But
yeah, it's a tough listen.
The
interview was
but
great.
It's worth it. Yes.
Yeah. Pissed off Pete. We don't ever want that.
No.
AFH, our friends Ambrosia for head.
Hold on. We have to, for the research department to come in and ask this after we just discussed this.
She might have been late.
Yeah.
She might have been a late arrival.
No, we did not do the Chuck D story on Thursday.
Bill made mention of it
in a show that airs next week about Jeopardy, not about the woman getting dragged on Twitter and Chuck D saying, it's okay. I'm Chuck. Nice to meet you. Not everybody knows who I am.
Right.
Yes, I know you just joined in. I saw the number increase by 1.
He's actually Carlton, but that's
yes.
Easy. So when we say pissed off Pete, sounds like it could be a cartoon, but
it could be
not.
Like Ren and Stimpy.
It is Pete Rock.
Yeah,
and he is pissed off.
He's a sweet soul brother.
He is pissed off at Piss Dookie.
Yes.
Because he said Piss Dookie disrespected his name.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to do.
No, not with Pete Rock, man.
No, because Piss Dookie, as we mentioned, just was honored. What was it? BET Awards?
BET, yeah.
For being Piss Dookie. So, a bunch of people came out and celebrated him. Shine actually came out, which was really cool. Lil Kim, who everybody was saying looked like a rotisserie chicken.
But, you said that.
But, let me stick up for Lil Kim real quick. One of her ex-boyfriends beat the shit out of her really, really badly.
Yeah.
And that's why she had to have reconstructive surgery on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Anything after that.
That was.
I don't know.
That was by choice. But.
Yeah. But yeah, so everybody's saying, why did she do that to herself? Well, she had to pretty much to save her life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but anyway, back to Piss Dookie.
I think that guy beat her so bad, like deviated her septum and everything.
It was bad from what I read.
Bad news. So as we mentioned, Pistuki took home the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. He thanked, Andre Harrell, Kim Porter, the mother of his kids.
Andre Harrell of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Heavy D.
The Bun Diddly Diddly D.
Money Earner Mount Vernon.
Yeah, Uptown Records, yeah.
Biggie Smalls, Bobby Brown.
No Craig Mack?
No Craig Mack. But he called Bobby Brown.
Here's where the problem comes in, yes.
Chocolate Boy Wonder.
Which is one of Pete's nicknames. Mm-hmm. Aside from Soul Brother #1 and whatever else.
Yeah, Pete took some umbrage.
Yes, he did.
Now, when you take umbrage, do you actually just pick it up and carry it with you?
I believe so. He may have gone to Piss Doogie's house and taken it from him. I don't know.
So he says that the snub is even more profound than what you think. This is
multi-level.
This is Pete's words. Erasure is a real thing, he said. The image included a fan pointing out that Pete is the real Chocolate Boy Wonder in the post. He says, "We doing this to each other now?" He called out BET and Billboard in the post as well, asserting, "You know better than this. Knock this shit off." Pete then seemingly brought receipts by saying, "You were from 77 Dell Ave, Mount Vernon, New York. I know everything about you, but I wouldn't call myself Puff Daddy when I'm the real Chocolate Boy Wonder, boss. You kind of came out of nowhere. Been in Mount Vernon since the first grade all the way to graduating high school. I came up with the town," he said. Pete then says, there's even more complicated history, which I was not aware of. "My brother Grapp Lover taught you dance steps in your garage on Dell Avenue so he could dance all stupid in the videos.
All up in the videos, yep.
I touch drum machines and make the beats for real. You can't erase what I've done in music or try to take my name. Everyone in hip-hop knows who the Chocolate Boy Wonder is. You brought Biggie to the basement only to diss me later and not use me on any of his projects. You cut me out the One More Chance video when Big himself invited me. You got to where you wanted to be, then shitted."
Doo-doo.
Caca.
Shit.
That's basically what it is. And the big thing is, it all started. Pete posted this thing from this Darrell Todd. Says, "Pete Rock is the original Chocolate Boy Wonder. Boy, stop playing." He says.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's not like this is an unknown name of his. Like if it was Kool Keith's 38th personality, maybe you didn't know what it was. But, Pete Rock is Chocolate Boy Wonder. This
is not Fly Pete the Wine Taster,
No, it is not. Yeah, there get to be a lot of different names for people, or even like when Drez was on, he was talking about he can tell where somebody knows him from by the name that they call him.
Yeah.
Because he had a name when he was in New York, he had a name when he was in Carolina, and then, musically he has a name. Okay. But if your names are all well known and somebody else uses one, and it's somebody who you've known for forever.
And Dookie should know this. There's a reason Biggie can't use Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, because a scrawny little white kid had the name already. Mm-hmm. But seems he didn't care.
Just Piss Dookie being Piss Dookie.
But he's being backed. BET, ran this. And what was he saying? Billboard had a hand in it somewhere, and they should have known better too. Mm-hmm. You try to take Pete away from the things that he's done. For example, the average listener who doesn't know that Pete Rock's the Chocolate Boy Wonder, and you see Piss Dookie refer to Bobby Brown that way, and then 5 years from now you run into something where you hear the name, you're not thinking Pete Rock. You're like,
Bobby Brown.
Oh, Bobby Brown was involved with that? So now you're removing Pete Rock from things that he did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a dirty pool.
It is. Well, that's Piss Dookie for you.
It is.
Next article, Street Dance.
Yes.
Redbull.com.
I pulled this article specifically because of Poppin' Taco.
Yes. It gives you wings.
That's what I've heard.
So this source will give you wings. they do a deep dive into the origins and cultural significance of street dancing.
Yes, and it's street dance, so the multiple different styles, not just under one term of breaking or whatever.
Right. Because there's breaking, there's popping and locking, house dance.
Yeah, there's
It's all different
so much
stuff. So hip hop started, as we know, broke out in the Bronx in the 70s.
Yes.
Breaking, DJing, MCing, graffiti. Those are the four main elements of the culture.
Indeed. We've got them on a mug somewhere.
We do. But the dance, most people seem to forget about.
Yeah, most people, when they hear hip hop, they instinctively think rap music. And that's where a lot of people stop.
Here we are, 2022 now. Street dancers, masters of their own genres, basically.
Yeah.
Battle ready, and soon to be Olympic athletes.
Yes.
Which is just crazy. So
that will take my spot for curling. That will be my summer event that I will watch every single time it's on.
I love curling, dude. I watch curling every time. I don't know why. I just think it's neat.
Nobody knows why.
I mean, there's dance hall, which that's where a lot of that Jungle Brothers stuff came from, off the first album. West African dances with Afro beats. Other, Latin kind of influences, salsa, samba, bachata was huge for a while. Disco, technically a street dance.
Yep.
If you think about it. The boogaloo, the hustle, the shuffle.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, but when, was it the Lockers? Was Shabadoo and Rerun and
Yep.
That whole, I can never,
Fred Berry,
ever, yeah, I could never dance like that, ever. I watched the video. I watched them all dance. I tried to do, I just can't get I don't look natural doing that style of dance.
No. And they did, especially Freddie, Fred Berry. For a big guy, he was very, very smooth.
Oh, yeah.
So, now they mention, of course, the late, great Poppin' Taco. One of the...
Who was a popper.
Who was a popper. And then they also mentioned Tony Gogo, who was a locker.
Mm-hmm.
Locking, basically, self-expression, self-love, hyping yourself up. Hell, they even talk about Tony Basil, the girl who sang Mickey.
Yeah,
she founded the Lockers.
Yes.
So, I mean, they were on Saturday Night Live. They were at Radio
yeah.
City Music Hall. They were on Carnegie Hall. I mean...
Yeah, it was a big deal.
And now it's all over the place, Poppin' hit, according to this, hit Oakland in the 60s.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. And
started by a guy named Boogaloo Sam.
I obviously wasn't there, but there are a lot of people who will tell you that breaking started in California.
Mm-hmm.
Because they go back and they look at all these guys who were doing whatever in the 60s, in the 70s.
Right. And we talked about how Poppin' Taco was a choreographer for Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Boogaloo Shrimp, Michael Chambers.
Taught him how to moonwalk, yes.
Credited for teaching him the backslide
yes.
move. Most popularly known as the moonwalk.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I've seen video of that where they have, home movies of Boogaloo Shrimp teaching him.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat.
What you guys need to
we'll have
do
to get him
is,
on here. We'll have to get Mike Chambers on the show.
That'd be great. We always say this. You need to go to the website to check out the show notes. Go to the website and check out the show notes for the Red Bull article, because there's all sorts of videos on here.
Oh yeah.
Of popping and from the dance contests and stuff like that. Just really, really cool stuff.
I even tell people it is article number 5. So when you go to the list, you don't even have to go look for it. It's number 5.
And if you get a chance, read the whole article. It's long. I'm not going to read the
is.
whole thing. It's
Which is good because we don't need to read the whole thing.
but go check out some of the house dancing and the popping and the locking. And
Yeah, because I
there's
didn't know
videos.
house was a dance style until I saw that. I mean, it makes sense because there's house music, so there should be house dancing. But I
House
didn't know
dancing-
anything about it.
House dancing kind of has a little bit of ska to it, from what I can see.
I can see that from the video. Yeah,
Yeah, the old skanking
Yep.
thing. I mean,
house music all night long.
house music all night long. Girl, I house you.
You in my
You
hut
in my
now.
hut now. You know who's not in your hut right now?
Nobody. It's just me.
Wyclef.
Nor is bass clef.
But this is what about treble clef? We mentioned in the intro a real anniversary.
Yes, there's a lot of Wyclef news going on lately because I guess he performed at Essence Festival and brought El Boogie out with him to perform. And then there was another article where he was talking about all those dates that they got canceled from their reunion tour. He said they
Right.
will happen because they need to happen. But this is the article that I grabbed because this one needed to be talked about.
We did this record.
We did.
I think it was a one and done,
Maybe. I would have to go back and look.
because I believe this is the record that had Bubble Goose.
It is. Because maybe it was like Wyclef and the Refugee All-Stars or something, and that was the only album under that title.
Wyclef Jean presents the
The
Carnival.
Carnival.
Yeah,
So it must have been a record of the week then, if it's Wyclef
maybe.
Jean.
I'd have to go back and look. I mean, I can always do.
It does
a
not
search
have
under...
the South Park version of Bubble Goose, though.
No, but I like that one too.
Yes.
So 25th
He was at the
anniversary
party
this
getting
year.
loose.
Until he took a bullet in his goose.
Yep.
The Fugees Legends putting on a special performance to commemorate the 25th anniversary of this record. He put out an Instagram video on June 28th. He said he's throwing a concert at New Orleans Toulouse Theater, which actually happened this past weekend, July 3rd. He performed the Carnival in its entirety alongside some amazing guests. And
Okay,
it
that's
was
what it
live
was.
streamed on Amazon Music's Twitch channel.
Maybe that's why I thought it was Essence Fest, because Essence Fest was just live streamed
Yeah.
on Hulu.
So yeah, we did do this record.
Oh, I know. It's
Because it's long. It's 24
is.
tracks, man.
24 tracks to slide.
So it's double platinum record.
Mm-hmm.
The record itself had appearances from Lauryn Hill and Praz, as well as John Forte, Celia Cruz, the Neville Brothers. A lot of big names on that record. I don't know how many of them
Was
popped
Praz
onto
on there?
this. Yes. Praz, the you god of Fresh Kid Ices.
Indeed.
Spotify, for its 25th birthday last week, Wyclef reflected on
Praz foo.
making the Carnival, which only hit about a year after the score.
Really?
So, yeah. He said, coming from the score, that was pretty daring. I didn't feel pressure at all. I just knew I wanted to paint a piece of art. I didn't know how it would be received, but I knew it felt good, and I had a vision in my head. I was like, I want to paint the world as a global melting pot of music. And it is a good record.
Oh, it
It's
is.
better than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, congratulations to Wyclef. 25 years on that record, man. And he's still doing things. So,
He is.
Now,
And he did not catch a bullet in his goose.
no, you know who did catch a bullet in their goose,
Who's that?
theoretically? Sylvia Robinson. And then there was the message.
Yes.
Anytime you mention anything from Sugar Hill era, you have to mention the Robinsons.
Well, you do.
NorthJersey.com brings us this.
But this is I said, and then there was the message, because before the message came out, everything was, my four guys are going to get in line and your four guys are going to get, like Wild Style with Cold Crush and the Fantastic
Right.
or Romantic Five. And
Yes.
they would all get together and they would face off. And it was like, I'll say my rhyme, then he'll say his, then you say yours. And that's how all of it was. It was all, I'm better than you are. I'm smoother than you are.
Mm-hmm.
Then the message came out. And that was a
told
whole
the
different
story.
world.
Yeah. At first, there was no message.
No.
Rap was all bluff and bluster,
Mm-hmm.
And then straight out of Inglewood came The Message. 40 years old that record is now.
Yeah.
At least as of Friday. And Melvin Glover, also known as Melly Mel,
Friend of the
says
show.
You could smell
Russell Simmons.
the hood in that song, he said.
You can.
So, and it's one of my favorite singles of all time, just because of the importance that it has to hip hop.
At that point in time, it is one of the most descriptive songs that had ever been written.
For a storytelling song, because it wasn't just, hey, I'm better than you, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
You know, straight up, wick, wick, whack. No, this is where I came from. This is where I live. Let me tell you a story about it. And if you don't like it, do something about it.
Yeah. And, for some freak of nature, you've never heard The Message. Go listen to it. And then put yourself back in the early 80s hearing this song. Because, again, we didn't go hang out in the city. Especially not when the time that this song came out. But you listen to this song and you can visualize the entire thing that he's seeing or that he's saying.
And it's been used in so many things.
Didn't Scorpio say they didn't want to do the song?
Yeah. I mean, it's been sampled by everybody from Piss Dookie to Ice Cube. Lin-Manuel Miranda basically, I don't want to say sampled it, but he kind of paid homage to it in Hamilton. All of that for a song that nobody wanted to make.
That's the craziest part to me.
Scorpio says we hated it. He goes,
yeah, but he posed when he said it.
From One and All, when Sylvia Robinson, brought the lyrics to life, he said we couldn't stand it. We were all adamant. We were entertainers. This was so different. We just weren't into it. What Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five have been doing, basically at that time, everybody was doing it. It was that whole party record thing,
Yeah. It was still the DJ and guys up front hyping up the DJ. That's what that whole era was. It was the DJ was the most important thing, and the MC was there to support the DJ.
Now we bust on Sylvia Robinson a lot.
Yes.
Not the most scrupulous of people.
No.
But
or the rest of her family.
Her instincts can't be denied.
Oh, no.
They didn't want to put out The Message. She said, put it out anyway. Huge fucking record.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people trying to get her. There's a lot of people trying to get her not to release Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
Decent record that a lot of people have heard of.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been in like 73 movies you've watched.
Yep. But, yeah, they.
Good times. Oh, wrong song.
Yeah. And it said, even in the article, Grandmaster Flash was the turntable guy who back then, that was the star of the show.
Yeah. That's why so many people, I mean, unless you're a hip hop historian, somebody who cares to look back and find out what went on, not just, I remember that song. The name Coke La Rock doesn't mean much to the average hip hop fan.
Doesn't mean anything to most people.
Right. But
they probably think they're making a mistake because they possibly know T La Rock and they may know Scott La Rock, but most of them don't know Coke La Rock.
No, he was the first. Okay, I'm going to say he was the first MC to stand there and support Herc. So that is a name that you should know. Should you not know it?
So now we've instructed you.
Yes, I learned something today. I taught something today.
So The Message turns 40. Yeah, it was. I think they took the verses that Sylvia made, and I think Mel brought his own verse from a different record and threw it on there.
Was it
Super Rappin'? Yeah.
Yes. Him and Duke Booty.
Duke Booty. Yep.
Which
is a great name.
Yes, he died a couple years ago.
So
Not
in the end,
Booty.
they basically said, The Message was more of a Duke Booty Melly Mel record than a Grandmaster Flash record.
Right, because if you listen to Super Rapping and then you listen, it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like Big Bank Hank where he had to carry the same rhymes over because he didn't have any other ones because they weren't his.
Mm-hmm.
Mel just said, "Oh, I did something before that'll sound good with this." That's the difference.
And, Mel also had a pretty decent follow-up song to that too, so you knew he wasn't a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
You might have heard of White Lines.
Don't do it.
Oh, I just did it. I said it.
Don't do it.
But yeah, and that's what started the whole writing about things we know and writing about reality instead of just, I'm number one, I'm the best. Then
I want you to tell me. All right, I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, and I may edit this stuff out. I don't know. I may just leave it in.
And there's still people who did those kind of records, but
yeah,
but the storytelling records, I don't remember one before The Message.
You remember?
Unless
Grandmaster.
When did New York come out?
Big City
After
Dreams?
that?
Everything in New York. Oh, it had to be.
Because that's another great storytelling record by that
I would
group.
have to look. That may be on the same album. I'd have to look.
I think it is.
So they go from that to what is this? 1980. Okay, 1988. They did this. Did you know they did this?
What, the Take Off on Magic Carpet Ride?
That's the song. Stars away from here. Jump ahead.
It's time to put your eyes, girl, and look deep inside and let me take it for a ride. To what the brightest of stars beyond Jupiter, Saturn, girl,
Venus, and Mars.
past Mercury.
Now, who did the original? Steppenwolf?
Yes. John Kay and Steppenwolf, yes.
Steppenwolf never did that.
They did not, because they are not Muscle Simmons.
They are not. There's only one Muscle Simmons, and he is a friend of the show.
He is.
And we're he's one of our favorite artists.
He is.
Just ask
at least for the past 5 years.
Just ask him. He'll tell you. He's not wrong, though.
He is not, no.
He's just, Mel might have the most confidence of anybody who's ever given us a drop.
Yes.
And that's not a bad thing. So
no. It's what you needed in that time period.
Is it safe to say if there was no The Message, there would be no Straight Outta Compton?
I don't know if it wouldn't have gotten there. The times
maybe would have dictated
necessitated, yes, that Straight Outta Compton happened, along with a lot of other things around the time. But would it have been as accepted had there been no Message? I don't know. I still believe it would have happened because it needed to happen. Mm-hmm. It's like Fight the Power.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, The Message basically talks about where they grew up, what they lived with. Straight Outta Compton tells about where these guys lived, what they saw on a daily basis. Fight the Power, they still talk about what they see, but it isn't so, so resident centric, I guess. It's more of a broad scope record.
Yes. Yeah. I think Fight the Power is more impactful in the video presentation.
Yeah.
Because you had Al Sharpton, you had Tawana Brawley, you had Jesse Jackson, all the people who
Keep
were
hope alive.
in the Rainbow Coalition. Yes. You had everybody.
Don't do that to Jesse.
You can weave, Jesse.
Get my Mookie on. And get
Reverend
my penis.
Al Sharpton. Yes.
And get my Vito on.
Yeah.
I was just telling Emily about that record or about that movie. She still hasn't seen it.
Wow.
I have to get her to see that movie.
Yes,
I told her, I
Al,
said,
keep hope alive, sharp tone.
I said, you're going to watch that movie. I said, and you being the forthright thinker and the militant one, it's going to piss you off, and it should.
Yeah, and you're going to think it was made last year instead of in 1990.
Right. As opposed to 1989.
A number.
That is Hip Hop Headlines for episode 440. 440 as opposed
Yay.
to E40.
Yes, or an OE40.
Ooh. An OE40. We were talking about those the other day because I was telling somebody how to properly make a brass monkey.
Not that they should do it, but
And they looked at me and like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, we know this."
Yeah. Things is things.
So we are going to take our first break of the evening. I may go try to find a 40 ounce of OE and some orange juice and make myself a brass monkey. Chances are I will not find it on the break, but I may find some more coffee. So we're going to take our first break of the evening. And when we come back, it will be time for a little bit, 3 pieces actually, of news on Mr. Throwback Thursday episode 440.
Is that a breast, a thigh, and a wing?
That's a bucket.
Get that 3-piece of woo. All right, I should probably come over here and get my one and done ready for later on. How is everybody tonight? What do you got happening? How was your 4th of July? Have you shared the good word about the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast yet today? Thank you, Cranky Pants. That is the only correct answer. The blue and berry, Rob, because I haven't had the espresso yet. I'm waiting for it. I don't even know if they've shipped it yet. The blue and berry I actually like, and I'm not a flavored coffee person. The barrel aged ones are a little different because I don't consider those flavor as much as barrel aged. I am a fan of the blueberry. I really like it as a cold brew a lot more than hot, though. Yeah. Well, don't let us keep you up, Cranky. Yeah, we'll be here on Thursday. We'll be tired. And then blaming us for you being tired. Yeah. I get blamed for enough stuff. I don't need that too. My cold brew is usually 48 hours. They call for a minimum of 24. But with the system that I have, I don't know any other way except for to call it a system. It's a pitcher that looks like a giant beaker. And it's got a cylinder, mesh cylinder that goes inside it. You fill it with coffee, and then you pour the water straight into it, put it in the fridge. His Sirius XM show ended. I didn't hear any details as to why. I just saw him posting, thanks for having me, Sirius XM and Shade 45. Yeah. Maybe it's time that Preem said, I'm doing my thing. I don't want anybody else to be able to control what I'm doing. Cranky said he's got the OXO brewer. Is it any good? That's what I want to know. Is it any good? I don't remember what mine's called. But it's nicer than the way I used to do it. I used to put it in a coffee sock and then put the coffee sock in the pitcher and just let it soak. And that one I would leave for like a week. But this one, you pour it through the grounds and then it sits in the grounds without leaking into the coffee. We like things to be easy. What else is going on? You just open a can. Let's see. What else is happening? Yeah, see, everybody's got cold brew systems. That's the way to go. Iced coffee is not the same as cold brew, for those who are wondering. Somebody remind me to message Eric Donovan tomorrow. You don't need to know what that means. Just let me know. No, they said on De La streaming, it was supposed to be this year. So, we've still got 5 months and change for them to, and what they said was they hoped that it would be this year. I don't know if they're still untangling stuff or what. Yeah, see? Ice and cold brew, not alike. No, they're not. Yes, and hopefully that code will start working again, Gail. For anyone who tried to use the TBT code to buy the Blue and Buried or the Espresso or I think the new mugs, they were putting restrictions on what codes could be used on what. And I think it's because they had new items and they didn't want to give out over 10% on any of the new items so that they could still make money on them. Because there were limited items, not new. So if you tried to use TBT and it said, no, you already used that, or no, that's no good.
No coffee made, so I'll have to deal with some Diet Pepsi.
What in the hell? Well, you can drink.
Last time I drank coffee this late at night, not good.
Because it kept you awake, or because of Uncle Rumpy?
Uncle Rumpy kept me awake, so the answer to both is yes.
It's yes. Yeah, well, Jeff did tell me that's how I found out.
What?
That our code wasn't working on the Blue and Buried and on the Espresso because they are limited items. So any code over 10% was not functional.
Oh, that's funny because I used our code when I bought the
When
Blue
you did
Berries.
it, yes.
But then they must have switched it up. I haven't tried the espresso roast yet. Have you?
I have not. I ordered it. I don't even think it's shipped yet.
I have not ordered it yet. But that's a regular roast. That'll be out for a while, I think.
I hope so.
So
yeah, I ordered beans and I ordered the K-Cup version just to see how they hold up as far as strength.
He ordered beans. Did you order Frank's with the beans?
Of course. Beans and Frank's.
Can't have the beans without the Frank's. Okay, so we got 3 pieces of woo news.
That's good. That's your territory, not mine.
Just making sure I had it all.
No, we don't know if the espresso is limited. That's what we were asking. We didn't know if it was going to be a limited time like the Blue and Buried or if it is going to be a regular item.
I have to be Scott LaRock. I have to have it all. Because I am a super hoe. Scott LaRock had it all.
Yes, that's exactly what I ordered, Greg. You got to give it multiple options. I don't need to get it ground because I can grind it myself. Mm-hmm. But I did want to try the K-Cup option. You know what I could have been doing while you were gone?
What?
Finding a drop.
You could have.
I could have, but kind of fun is that?
Yeah, Bobby Francis at Great American Ballpark watching Max Scherzer make his return to the mound for the Mets tonight.
You say Nicole Scherzinger?
No.
Oh.
Because don't you wish your girlfriend had socks like me?
Socks. Yeah, nobody knows about the socks. I had somewhere. I thought it was on here. The video game that I'm looking for is Mutant League Hockey for the Sega Genesis. And shout out Cranky Pants. He found one on eBay for me, but it was a reproduction. So I stepped away from it.
Step away.
I know I had this on a video.
Dancing all crazy in a video?
Yeah. Was it here? Oh, wow, that's a lot of stuff I gotta get rid of. Video files from our past shows.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
it takes up a ton of space. I need to get rid of that.
So you're going to probably 86 that shit.
Yeah. Where is my other video stuff? Wow, that's some Bill Reed's Lyrics IG stuff going on there.
Wow. Yeah, you can get rid of that too, because that's not a thing anymore.
It's not. Kangol promo. There's all kinds of cool stuff in here. I didn't even remember it was in here. This is what I was looking for.
This the king of...
Aha! All right. Has anybody ever seen the video? Have I ever showed the video?
Of that one?
Yeah.
I don't think you have. You really should, because that's fun.
Let's see. I'm going to put it up, and it's got no music, so I'm just going to play it, and then we'll count in for the drop.
Okay, and then you'll just change it later.
This the king of hip-hop himself, Grandmaster Melly Mel, voice of the legendary hip-hop group Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. And this shout-out goes to Jamie and Bill. They've been doing a classic hip-hop podcast, Mr. Throwback Thursdays, for the past 5 years. And I'm one of their favorite artists. And I love to endorse the show, and I wish everybody would tune in on Throwback Thursdays, because they've been doing it for 5 years. So Jamie and Bill, you keep up the good work. And this is Melly Mel, the king of hip-hop. And I'm out. And wait a minute, let me not forget. Rah!
It's not often I get to play that one.
Not often.
All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close that, and I'm going to play the audio version.
Sounds good.
And then we'll get into some moves. So let's do this with a tree. Who's your mama?
Chaka Khan.
I was sitting on the corner just wasting my time, and when I realized I was the king of the rhyme, I got on.
This the king of hip-hop himself, Grandmaster Melly Mel, voice of the legendary hip-hop group Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. And this shout-out goes to Jamie and Bill. And I love to endorse the show, and I wish everybody would tune in on Throwback Thursdays, because they've been doing it for 5 years. So Jamie and Bill, you keep up the good work. And this is Melly Mel, the king of hip-hop. And I'm out. And wait a minute, let me not forget. Rah!
That street talk game. So if you ever let me make this clear, if you ever think that we're stepping out of here, you ever think you're getting up, down, around, or in, you better think again, my friend.
1 2 1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This is Ghostface, Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. I know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays, Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Jack, You God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and old dirty bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Finishing me, y'all.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 440.
It's like I could see it coming.
Gotta love the Melly Mel drop, especially since we just talked about him. But Woo News coming at you here for episode 440. We got 3 pieces of it. Hip Hop DX brings us our first piece of Woo News, and this Meth kind of doing a mea culpa, holding grudges. You've called
Is that a Method Culpa?
So, Method Man has apologized to Destiny's Child for an incident all the way back in 2001. He's like, y'all did not deserve that. And then he goes on to basically say, I was an asshole for a while.
Yeah, he said he was very insecure about things. You know, when he was coming up as a member of the Wu and as Method Man, and I don't know if it was because he didn't think that he was good enough or he didn't think that people knew it, but he was a very insecure individual, and it made him angry toward other people.
They call that imposter syndrome when you don't believe that you're as good as you are, or you belong where you are. Yeah, he said the girls at Destiny's Child were very nice, and it's when it was still 4 of them, all the original members. He goes, I was, these were all decent young ladies, and then 2 years later at the Janet Jackson MTV Icon, he thought that they had ignored him.
Yes.
So he said, fast forward, now it's 3 members. They got the 2 new girls. We were at Janet Jackson's Icon, and I remember I had just come off stage, and we were sitting, and nothing but VIPs. We had NSYNC up here, Destiny's Child right there, Tommy Lee, Pam Anderson. I see the girls, so I kind of moseyed out of my seat to go over and say what's up to them.
Right, because he had met them before. Well, one of them before.
He's like, this is me in my low self-esteem era. But I'm thinking like comfort zone here. I'm going to say, what's up? I love them. They're just going to say hi. I go over, and when I said hi, they didn't even turn around and acknowledge me.
Now, who knows what else was going on at the time? Were they talking to somebody in the other direction? Did they not hear Meth? Because
it's the second time this phrase has been used in this show. He says, now my ass is in my head with my low self-esteem. Is like, they just shitted on me.
Doo-doo.
Shitted is not a word.
Yes, it is. You're going to tell Clifford that it's not a word?
I suppose this week's episode is just going to be shitted.
It very well may be. It'll be shitted on.
They just shitted on me. He's like, when in fact they didn't even hear me. It was so loud in that motherfucker. That's the excuse that I'm giving right now. They didn't even fucking hear me. Afterward, Rockwilder, who has been known to be threatened to be punched in the throat in the past.
Yes, he has.
He was going to do the Bootylicious song for him. He comes over, he's talking to them. He's like, oh, you know Red and Meth? And they put their hands out to shake, and I kept my hand where it was. And I was like, go ahead with that Hollywood shit.
Yeah. I tried to say hi to you before. You didn't want to talk to me.
But y'all weren't feeling it. Yep. So now he says he regrets the whole thing 20 years later. He wants the Destiny's Child members to know that he's sorry.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, that shit hurt my heart because neither Kelly, Beyonce, or Michelle ever did any fucking thing to me, he said. But me being so miserable, and in that fucking moment, I felt like they wasn't treating me the way I should have been treated. Who am I to think that about these girls? They're here to promote themselves and break records and things of that nature. And it was not about me. It was about Janet fucking Jackson. And to this day, man, I don't think I've ever apologized for that. He added at the end, he goes, I apologize to Beyonce, I apologize to Kelly, and I apologize to Michelle. Y'all did not deserve that at all. No warning or word or anything like that if they have accepted the apology or if they even know it happened.
I'm sure they do now. Method Man is a big enough individual now where when he says things, this article will now trend. People will see it. People will tell them that they saw it. They will see it. And then they will probably reach out to Meth and say, it's okay.
So,
I mean, it takes, I don't want to gender specify a man, but it takes a big person to apologize for something 20 years later that you felt justified at the time for doing. You know, like you slighted me, I slighted you, we were even. And to be able to look back at it,
and I was like,
maybe that's not how it happened.
How was it that Roger Clemens put it? I misremembered it.
Yes. I do not recall.
I think that's the word that him and Andy Pettit used when they asked if they took roids. I misremembered.
No, it was human growth hormone.
Oh, is that what it was? HGH?
Yes, it was. HGH, yes. Because they were, I remember Pettit's was to help him recover from injury.
Yeah.
What did he do after that? I don't know. But that's what his was. You know, Clemens was just.
He went to Houston for a couple of years and chased the money because, Houston
he chased Clemens because they were tight.
Yeah.
Clemens chased the money. Pettit chased Clemens.
Yeah, Clemens is something, man. So, New York Post brings us our second article. What? No money bastard.
Yeah. Once again.
Shimmy on it.
Which, by the way, did you see the picture I posted?
Yes, I did.
Of Old Dirty Dancing?
It's strange because when I post something on there, you don't see it unless you go there to look for it. If you post something, I don't get a notification.
Yeah.
So I don't know it's there. So I didn't know it was there until somebody commented on it.
And then it says, somebody commented on your post.
Yeah, and I went, what?
And you're like,
No,
I didn't post anything.
And
you're like, oh, Bill posted it on there.
Yes. It's like, good job.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, Old Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking to myself, how could we get Old Dirty Bastard in the Dirty Dancing soundtrack?
That'd be tough.
I've had the time of my life, shimmy, shimmy, y'all. But anyway, ODB's daughter says that the family has not received a fucking dime since his death.
Yeah, well, he died without a will.
Right.
So, a bunch of shit gets tied up, but you would think by this point they would say, okay, it goes to his kids.
I mean, it's not like he just died yesterday. It's been 18 years. Dirty passed in 2004. So he'd have been 53 now. He was 35 when he died.
Ooh.
So, yeah, they say they're still fighting for their share of his legacy. He was young, said Jared Weisfeld, who was his old manager. You can't tell somebody who's 35 to make sure you got a will, because I'm sure he did not think he was going to die at 35 years old, no matter what stupid shit he was doing.
Yeah, that is one good thing about the military. Before you go on a deployment or into a potential battle situation, they make sure that you have one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like pretty much you have to have something.
Yeah. Because they don't know what's going to happen over there.
And in 2020,
Dirty was just going to McDonald's.
Ashana Jones, who is his daughter, the mother of Ashana Jones, her name is Krishana Rucker, received a $500,000 settlement for outstanding.
Krishana and Ashana?
Yes.
That's wrong.
Outstanding child support, $500,000 she got. Payments completed this past February, but
I wonder if that's a mixing name of Krishana and Asan.
Maybe.
I'm trying to figure out where Ashana comes from. That's all. Sorry, I'm sidetracked. Go ahead.
Asan unique. So the mother says, I need to sign off that the case is closed. I'll give my lawyer a retainer and commission him to get my daughter her inheritance from Russell's estate. As opposed to the fact that it's child support money probably should have went to the kids to begin with. Not to the mom.
Not to the mom. But
that's just the way they do it, I guess. She says, I don't know what is owed. I haven't seen anything as of yet, and neither have my half-siblings, said Ashana, because he's got plenty of baby mamas.
Yeah, how many half-siblings make a whole sibling?
Yeah, that sum can be sizable. She says, right now I've received 0. There's 2 other mothers of ODB's kids. A Cheryl McCall and a Susie Wong. Back in 2007, they wanted to have Iseline Jones removed from her position as executor of the will because that was ODB's widow. Because he got plenty of women, man.
Yeah, it's just like Earl.
But yeah, so far they haven't gotten a dime. And we know old Dirt McGirt, those records have made some money.
Yeah. Even his stuff with Mariah.
I don't know. Maybe he's still paying off McDonald's. Who knows? But young McDonald's. Dirty, that would be the ODB McDonald's. Yes.
Yes.
So they asked the manager, what would old Dirty make of the fan? He said Dirty would be upset by what's going on because, he would say I should have gotten him his divorce. He got out of jail. Asked for 3 things. He wanted a record contract, a clothing line, and a divorce. I got 2 out of the 3 before he died because he was not in good standing with Iseline, I guess. Oh, Dirt.
Not Vaseline.
No, old Dirt. He'll never change because one, he's gone, and two,
Yeah,
because
he
it would
can't.
it'd just be more fun this way. So, but I hope the kids get their money.
Yeah. I don't see anybody else who deserves it more than his kids.
The ultimate not country music playlist for hunters. Outdoor Life brings us our last article.
Now there are multiple playlists on here.
Yes.
For different genres of whatever you may like, but it's telling you basically you can be a hunter and not have to be a hillbilly and listen to country music all the time.
Right. So the first part of this whole thing is pretty much all Wu-Tang. It says Wu-Tang is for the hunters. Protect your neck, The Mystery of Chess Boxing, Shadow Boxing, Da Rockwilder, Triumph, Lesson Learned, Criminology, Bring the Pain, Guillotine, Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With, Shame on a Nickelback, who tried to run game on it.
Yeah.
Gotcha Money, and Protect Your Neck. So it's not a Wu-Tang song, it's a Wu-Tang member. And then they get into like Drowning Pool and Godsmack and System of a Down, and
Yes, they've got.
I'm all right with a lot of that stuff too. Down with the Sickness, of course.
Yeah, they got playlists for people who aren't country music fans, to get you in the mood, get you fired up.
Like Rough Rider.
Yeah, I gotta send this to you. You don't have to.
I love the fact that they also show people who, instead of numbering their arrows, put rappers' names on their arrows to differentiate them.
What ones do what?
I'm going to shoot my M arrow. I'm going to shoot my Nas arrow. I'm going to shoot my Pac arrow.
My 50 Cent arrow, because it's got holes in it.
I'm going to shoot my Piss Dookie arrow, and it's going to just dance around funny. And then
yeah, I'm going to hey,
shoot.
I am I don't know if I'll edit this out or not. I'm a patron of the Jock and Nerd podcast. Because, I can't ask people to be patrons of us if I'm not patrons of somebody.
Right.
So I'm a patron of the Jock and Nerd podcast. One of the levels that they have is you pick it. So you can pick a movie and force them to watch it and review it.
Oh, gosh. What movie did you pick?
I did Hudson Hawk. But I believe now that we have a 21-year anniversary, I am also going to request that they watch the Chris Rock classic Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang. Sadate.
Yeah. Pootie Tang is 21 years old. The
Pootie
movie,
Tang is
not the guy who played it.
Pootie Tang is old enough to get a drink.
It is. And you need a drink to watch that movie.
You need more of a drink to watch some other shit. But
Wadata.
like you should have him watch Lamageddon.
Oh, I want him to still like me.
Dude, Lamageddon was funny.
Sign that pity on the Runnicon. Look, Kung Fu Hustle was a great movie. I like Shaolin Soccer better, but Kung Fu Hustle was an excellent movie.
For those who don't know what Lamageddon is that I'm talking about,
It's on Amazon Prime.
There's only one reason to watch this movie, and it's to count how many times the one kid changes his shirt.
And if you don't know which guy we're talking about, you need to watch a little more closely.
Yeah. I mean, there's other movies you can watch. You can watch Deathbed, The Bed That Eats.
You could. Good luck finding that one. I will
Good
lend
luck.
some people my copy, but
I think the whole thing's on YouTube.
is it?
I think you can watch the entire movie on YouTube.
Nice. And wait, what was the other one? Attack of the Killer Donuts?
Attack of the Killer Donuts, yep. Which tried real hard to be a real movie.
It tried. It failed.
But it had Tommy Howell.
Yes, it did.
So,
Yep,
I can't believe we
signed that pity on the Runnicon.
signed that video. Really can. And every time I watch Pootie Tang, I hear these phrases and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Oh, we're throwing back to the Kentucky Fried Movie. Look, I got one that'll beat that.
John Landis directed Kentucky
He did.
Fried Movie.
I got one that'll beat that, and it's in the same vein. It's called Poultrygeist. Yes. Poultrygeist is a trauma film.
Yes. Toxic
like
Avenger and
Rabid Grannies. Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town with Billy Bob Thornton.
What was it? Linnea Quigley features.
She is the Scream Queen.
Yeah. And anyway, but yeah. So I guess that's it for Woo News because I can't see anything else.
I could find you more if you want more.
No, I think we're good.
We're running short anyway, but
and besides, I want to get to the music.
yes.
Because well, You God Still Sucks. That's Woo News.
Yes, he does.
ODB is still dead. That's Woo News.
Apparently, yes.
And now it's time for music.
From someone else who's also dead.
Yes, which the first thing I thought of when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, one and done," because she can't put out no more
She
music
gone.
because she gone. And yes, the one and done is a female artist.
Yes.
But I'm trying to think of how many. I think that's the only disc she ever put out.
It is.
Commander USA's Groovy Movies. She wants to know if we remember.
I remember Dr. Madblood. I remember Svengoolie.
Svengoolie had this weird cult following, man.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I remember Commander USA's Groovy Movies.
Was it on the USA Network? Is that what it was?
Probably, yes. Let's see.
I'd have to look.
That's why I want to see him. Yes, I do. Okay. You will remember him, too. Let me put his picture up on the screen.
Because I'm sure it was on USA Network.
Yes, he was. And as soon as you see him, you're going to say, oh, yeah, I remember him. And I will put it up on the screen. Right, Chomp.
Oh, yes.
When he on before or after wrestling? He was on after wrestling, I think.
After wrestling. Yep.
Yeah. I did not remember that was his name.
I didn't either, but post Linnea Quigley and pre Joe Bob's Drive It. Perfect. Enough Linnea Quigley talk. We could talk about her for...
Yeah, she was a staple in Fangoria magazine.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The Scream Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the one and done, episode 440, the only record by this female artist, although she was a guest on some other stuff, but this is her only record. It was released 1989.
A number.
Running 56 minutes and 12 seconds long. It is Diva by Ms. Melody.
She's a born-again rebel.
Ms. Melody starts, I think, 14 tracks on this record I got.
That's what I have.
And where is Mr. Henderson? We'll have to inform Sarah, to inform John, to inform DJ Introduction.
Yes.
that he has a new entry on here, because track number 1 features Ray Parker Jr., and it is Intro.
Oh boy, come on, y'all. Here we go. Let's start this Diva album off like it's supposed to be started off. All right, come on now. Let me see. Which rhyme should I do first? No, wait. As a matter of fact, before we even start any kind of rhymes, I want Will and Mad Dog to dance outside in the lobby, because I ain't having it on my section. You know, I'm really going for it. So just go ahead and do your thing and tell Boo to wake up.
I see you, McBoo.
He's X-rated. Track number 2, live on stage.
That's right, boy. Anything goes.
It's me arriving and and I'm riding on a dope beat. I got some fresh rhymes I want you to meet. Number one is known as the first verse. Here it comes, so let it disperse. Rhymes flow out of my brain onto a page. They flow from out of my mouth when I'm on stage.
When she's live on stage?
Track number 3, Remember When?
Came out and said some fresh ass rhymes. Blake said those rhymes were that year and day. It's 89 and mine goes this way. I gave a test and analysis on what is real and what doesn't exist. And what I found to be a straight up fact is that over the years, people laughed at rap. But through the hit
Track number 4.
Did Ms. Melody write her own stuff, or did KRS write for her?
Probably KRS. It doesn't say, but I would think, considering he pretty much wrote for everybody.
Yeah.
Track number 4, Brooklyn.
I think I'll stay in Brooklyn.
Like so.
Once again, this is another slam and jam from Boogie Down Productions. As you may already know, KRS-One is from the Bronx, but I'm Miss Melody, and I'm from Brooklyn, and this is dedicated to you. Special request to Rebel Souls, Slime Robbie, Heavy D, Lady Diva, Mikey Dread, Steel Post, and of course, the BDP Posse. And I'm gonna break it down like this.
Like this.
This. Track number 5, Wake Up, Wake Up. Track number 6, What Do You Do? People have been asking that of me for years. Track number 7, Can't Stop.
Won't Stop. They can't stop with that loop.
No, they can't.
They looped it.
And they rolled it on over is what they did.
Yes, they did.
Track number 8, Roll On Over.
Other and we've made our sacred vows, but you gave it all up for her, and she hasn't even walked that mile down the road of joy and pain. Now tell me what is left to gain from a man who sold out on just unheard of.
So step off, get lost.
You're not a man, you're a wimp. If I wanted to be used, I get a pimp.
Why does it sound like she was recording that in a telephone booth?
Maybe she was.
Track number 9, To Sing All Night.
I don't need a 1, 2, 1, 2, cause I already know what I came here to do. The voice you're hearing is Miss BDP, better known to you as Miss Melody. And at the control is D Square, KRS-One, and in the house is Kenny Parker, Harmony, Pitbull, D Nice, and we're gonna start it off like this. I hear so many females rhyme. Some sound good and some just whine. But when you rhyme your advertising, what you knowing, how you're rising, whether on top or somewhere on the bottom.
I gotta look and see if I've got that. I know I've got Harmony's tape.
Harmony.
Yeah, that's on Pound Cake. I know I've got her cassette here, but I don't know if I have anything else, any other format that I can use, because I can't convert cassettes. It's I can, but it's a long drawn out process.
It's labor intensive.
It is, and I don't believe it's on Spotify. She's a one and done too.
So you're looking for more.
I am.
Track number 10, More.
In the Flatbush section of Brooklyn's where I come from, I will broaden my horizons, move on. While I'm still young, I will share with those that claim that they can get none. But now is my time, I'm feeling free, so I must run, running in faith, chasing my dreams, knowing that I'll get those things that aren't unseen. Cause I'm looking and I'm reaching and I'm moving for more. Don't bother stopping me, cause I'm busting.
She's busting through the dough.
Track number 11, Communication.
Show me a mic and I'll give you what you like. Fresh rhymes morning, noon, and night. What a pitiful sight, you can't read, you can't write. So I might take the time to recite the freshest, flies, dopest female vocals. Rhyme stop, express, not local. Listen you the facts, no experiments. The New Testament of rap is like nourishment. I'll take a thorn, I'll push it through the microphone. Just as easy as I talk on the telephone.
Is it that easy?
Apparently so.
She'll push it
Track
through the
number
microphone
12.
just as easy as she talks on the telephone.
Track number 12, Sneaking Out. We've done that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where you go? The day is gone, the night has come. We spent the day off having fun. Now it's time to go to bed, hibernate and rest our heads. But as I drifted,
Now, I know Miss Melody was not a small one, but I didn't know she hibernated.
Me either. Her career
That's what
hibernated
she's doing
after
now.
this record. Track number 13, Shaka Beats.
here I am on the scene with a pen and a pad. Ain't I bad? Kinda fresh, yeah, simply dope. Am I an MC? Nope. I'm Miss Melody. What are you telling me? BDP is weak. Don't you see? Why don't you peep the science or the literature? You're so miniature.
That would be the
Something
Granddaddy
new.
You.
From
Granddaddy.
Granddaddy you. He's a very often shown people you may know on Facebook for me.
Granddaddy You.
Granddaddy you, yeah.
Last track on the record, number 14, It's Fresh.
Yo, man, $25 to get this jam, man. Don't worry, it's fresh. Miss Melody made it.
Oh man, yo, look over there, man. That's Melody getting ready to grab the mic. Oh man, let's move on up to the front and see what she got to say. Come on, yo, I'm gonna get a drink in a little while. I want to hear this.
I'm a black woman, a poetess coming live on stage, reciting some page of memorized rhymes. On time designed to never make you look behind, but forward at me and gradually find out my name is Miss Melody, taking it down to a place.
That song was all about the chimes.
And that is the last track on the record. So that is your one and done for episode 440, Diva by Ms. Melody. I have absolutely no charting action on this record. I know. They don't even list what the singles would be.
It's probably better that way. Just know that she was a born-again rebel.
She was. And she made Moni Love look like MC Light. So,
and she was a member of Boogie Down Productions.
Now, our next record, our record of the week, is going to come to us from our brand new Artist of the Month for July of 2022.
It's amazing how that works.
The record of the week came to us March 19th, 1991.
A number.
It runs 61 minutes and 32 seconds off of Atlantic Records. And it is the second studio album by your Artist of the Month for July 2022, Craig G. Not to be confused with Craig Mack.
No, not to be confused with Plumbus.
No, but that's who came up with the name Plumbus.
Yes.
Craig G, the name of the record, Now That's More Like It.
Yeah, not Now That's What I Call Hip Hop. Now That's More Like It.
I have 18 tracks on here.
As do I.
Okay, good.
I have 18.
And it is a twofer for DJ Introduction
It
this
is.
week. Track number 1, 43-second intro, goes right into track number 2, What You're Used To.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming on down tonight to the Quick Crack, the Tic Tac, the Kit Kat Club. We got some real entertainment in store for you tonight. We have, without further ado, Mr. Craig G. Give it up, give it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some new compositions for you tonight. More hip hop and groove to keep y'all moving real smooth, you know. This album's called Now That's More Like It, you know. That's the way me and Wally like to hype it. So for the 90s, we're gonna keep it in effect, live and direct, pumping. Just like this.
You hear a lot of different songs, but a lot of the same style, you know. So I thought I'd dabble into the style back and bring out something different. It's not the style that you're used to. So yeah, when you hear it, have an open mind, and I'm sure you'll find entertainment in this line. So you're gonna swing it just like this. Now this is different, not too different, but different from the last. You'll ever blast as soon as somebody pass the mic to me. MC CRAIG-G. Ask me whatever you ask me.
Little humpy hump going on in there.
Track number 3 featuring The Flex, Girl Fever.
It's not the Reflex XXXX.
No.
She got a convertible Benz, yo.
Yo, Craig, you're bugging, man. Yo, let's make a jam about what we're not talking about, Ben. Girls?
I like them fat, I like them tall. Oh, what the hell, I like them all. No matter where they are, no matter where they at. Whether they're Spanish, white or black. Me and girls get along so very well. A man needs a woman in this world to excel. And there's a whole lot of them from every city, from London to France, Japan, and Philly. God made man and God made woman to fulfill the needs another man couldn't. So when you're a man,
God made woman to fulfill the needs that another man couldn't.
Nice.
Okay, player.
Track number 4, Take the Bait.
Ooh, take the money and run.
MCs, get a grip, relax your lip. Here comes a rapper that flows and never quits. Craig G on call with the composition. That's a proposition to my opposition. You wanna step? Well, yo, wear your track shoes. Or take your royalty check and buy crack dudes. Rappers are taught them to make no one.
No, don't take your royalty check and buy crack.
Track number 5. Summon 'em to swing to.
Some 'em a bitch.
It was all I could do to not say some 'em a bitch.
Yeah, swing it. Check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's settle it. Turn up the throttle if you don't got a throttle, start pedaling. I'ma get them to the party, cause I got something I'ma say to everybody. Put your hands up in the air, wave them left to right. If you're uncoordinated, wave them how you like. You could do exactly what you wanna do. You can even copy of the person right in front of you. If you're not hearing what I'm hearing, you can start persevering to the rearing. If you even think about trying to get wild and hype, I'll hold your lights, cause I'ma keep this party.
Track number 6. I Want to Be in Love, featuring The Flex.
We flex XXXX.
Yo, this ain't an ordinary love song. I got a little bit more flavor. So we're gonna do it a little differently right now. We're gonna kick it off a little something like this. Oh yeah.
Did Teddy Riley have anything to do with the production on that song?
No, he's not listed at all. But it sounded way like Teddy Riley.
That was very jam-centric.
Francesca Spiro, Marley Marl, Salam Remy, and Craig G. Those are the producers.
Okay, player.
Track number 7, featuring Master Ace, Give It to Me.
Yo, Craig G, are you ready? Yo, Master Ace, are you ready? Yeah, but Craig G, are you ready? Yo, I think that I'm quite ready. Well, yo, let's do this. All right, here we go. Rappers throw away a clock, cause time's up. Your flip types move with your rap, but you wind up 2 steps behind, maybe 3, even 4. Yo, Ace, are you ready to rip this track? Sure, I bet. As I flip on the mic like an acrobat. Wherever I land, my plan will attack the flat.
I might have to play that song for my wife because she doesn't like when people say bet.
Track number 8. Does this count?
It does.
DJ Introduction gets a second one. This is Intro 2. 24 seconds goes into number 9, Ripped to Shreds.
Yes.
Go, 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 psych. You thought you was gonna get some house music, but not from me because I don't want to use
you thought you was in the Bone Age.
Like 1990, because everybody taking shorts is behind me. We gonna pump it just like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
This calls for some affirmative action.
Then show me.
Yo, I gotta rip somebody on this one. Give me a bass line and a mic just in case I'm prepared to rhyme and get hyped. I won't waste time. Craig G is back in effect with the flow and the flex, and it don't matter who's on next, cause there won't be a mic left, and the stage got ripped from the hype steps.
Track number 10.
Drop it. Yo. This beat right here is
little Dark Gable.
so funky. It'll make you go, Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is drop these funky lyrics on the count of 3. 1, 2. Now this is one of those medleys that you can calm your nerves to. Sit back, relax, grab a drink. You deserve to. Working all day, I'm sure you need a break. So pump up this portion of your crate.
Track number 11, Smoothing Out the Rough Spots.
Smooth brother, come on. I'm gonna put the tape in my car. Smooth brother. Bring my head back and get real smooth, you know. I'm smoothing out the rough spots. Come on. Hello, here we go with the flow. MC Craig G is on the smooth type of tempo. I know you're tired of yelling and shouting, so now I'm about to take a whole different route in lyrics to keep you in the smooth spirit. The easier to listen to, the easier to hear it. So come with me on a mission, a refresher course in hip-hop.
Hip-hop easy listening. Why don't we have adult contemporary hip-hop anymore?
I don't know. There's lo-fi hip-hop. I don't know if that's the same thing.
I don't know what that is.
Track number 12, Feel Your Way. Janelle listens to it all the time.
Yeah, check it out. Yo, I got something to talk about today, right? There's a lot of MCs out there that be frontin' like they know what they doing. They come out with their tips like they did everything on the album, right? But I got something I'm gonna tell y'all. They just feel their way through it. Yeah, you know? So I'm gonna kick these lyrics and let everybody know what time it is really. We gonna swing it like this. Check it out. Hello. Greetings. If you just
That little Kwame scratch in there? Hello.
A little bit, yes. That was track number 11 or 12. Track number 13, No Favors.
Who this, man? Yo, man, it's Marley, man. Yo, what's up? What you doing? Man, I'm just chilling. I'm sitting there bugging on how this bitch was trying to dish you about how she left you.
Yo, let me tell you how it really happened, yo. When she told me she was leaving, she said, "Nah, Craig, don't get excited." I said, "You leave it, it ain't nothing, yo, I'm quite delighted. What you expect me to do? Start shitting? Yeah, right, bitch.
Here we go again.
Shitted.
You're going because that duck you're with. Know what I'm saying? So, hey, you can suck my dick, because now the secret is out.
You want me to start shitting so you can get shitted on?
I don't want to get shitted on.
Oh, Uncle Rumpy.
Track number 14, Word Association.
We are the best here.
There is no competition because we are the best.
1 2 1 2, mic check, there's a flip. MC Craig G coming well enough for quick. Don't get happy and scream out hip hip. Hooray, cause today you might get a fat lip. Cars I don't strip, but mics I like grip. And no, I'm not an actor, so put away the script. Records they hit, yours off the pits. That must be the reason why your girl's on my tip. Don't raps like it.
Track number 15, You Are Not the One, featuring The Flex.
XXXXX.
You know, in the 90s, the women are on a whole different tip. Yo, they want money. They don't want nobody to be their honey. Some of them niggas just straight up trying to flip. So I'm gonna send this one out to them. Well, I was cruising in my Jeep, listening to Babyface when I got a beat. So I put to the curb to use the telephone. I saw a sexy young cutie.
I do not believe Teddy Riley has nothing to do with this.
He's in there somewhere.
Track number 16, Swiftness.
Yeah. All right, yeah. All right, Yo, this is Craig G, and I want to send this song out to all the brothers that think I can't get with it on the rhyme tip, so we're going to swing it like this. Rap
thoughts to get with me. Cause straight up they know they'll be turned away quickly. And if they can kick it, well, I'm gonna kick it dumber. Drain MCs as if my rhymes were liquid plumber. See what I'm saying? Though this is essential.
Drain MCs as if my rhymes was
liquid plumber.
Track number 17, Live Off the Top.
MCs, when many are dope, only a few can rhyme off the top of their head and say what comes to mind. And today we're gonna witness that. Hit it.
Yeah, come on, check it out. This is Frank G. The year's 1990. Brand new decade for new rappers to come up in your page, you know what I'm saying? Got my man DJ Clash behind the board. Got my man Mark somewhere on this planet. And we got this new album. It's called Now That's More Like It, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna rhyme off the top of my head so I can hype it. I got the flow in my mind and in my system. Rapper step too close, your man, I'm gonna diss him. Leave him all dead. Eyes bloodshed, bloodshot. Cause I got the microphone to rock. This is my spot. My time in the limelight.
Track number 18, last track on the record, Going for the Throat.
Yo, Craig. What up? Yo, this sucker tried to diss you in the magazines like that word. Yo, I think you should get it.
I take care of it. Yo, I got beef, and this beef is on my mind. Since it's on my mind, let me put it in a rhyme. It seems a brother that I went way back with is coming out the woodwork talking shit. At first, it didn't mean all that, cause he was washed up and straight out on crack. Free bait, so life was a waste to the rap world. Nobody cared about him or his rap girl. So yo, I took it in stride and continued with the rest of my life until recently.
And that is your record of the week for episode 440 from your Artist of the Month for July of 2022. Craig G with Now That's More Like It.
Again, not That's What I Call Music.
Let me see. Do I have singles on here? I have no singles on here, but I do have charting action for the album on one Billboard chart.
Oh, what do you got?
U.S. top R&B and hip-hop albums. It peaked at number 97, so it just made it, but it did indeed.
Hey, it made the chart.
That's all that matters. So Now That's More Like It. Craig G, your Artist of the Month, episode 440. We'll remind you that your one and done this week was Ms. Melody from the BDP Posse.
Yes.
Diva.
She's a born-again rebel.
Before we take our final break of the evening, we have new music from a friend of the show.
We do.
We have an old to the new. This is from Positive K, and it is called I Get It Done.
Let's see if I can pull this up so I can make it. Let's see. Nope, it doesn't give it to me. Okay.
Let's see what Positive K's got for us.
Oh, of course I have it muted because it was YouTube.
Of course.
All right, let's try this again.
I get it done. I make it pump. Everything I sit on, I make it bump. So make it bump, baby. Just make it bump. You better talk to your man. I get him jump. I get it done. I spit it, son. I take it back to the days I hit it run. Now here it come. Now here it come. Now here it come. Here it comes. Where I come from. Now I don't know if you notice. I got a hell of a focus. Got my eyes on these sick. Then all of these motions. I got game. And in my mind, I design them like sculptures. I'm the reason they got pimping and a whole lot of coaches. See, I get these broad fevers and these get ulcers. Cause I can turn their low you wives into an adult. But I don't need these chicken balls on my sofas. They make the team but get no playtime. I'm like NBA coaches. But just for the record, you should use for decade. Married, no, she's not. She's offering. I got to take it. Beat it like that conga. The horizontal mamba. My bros be in my crib and in Hotel Rwanda. So I rock that latex. Cause I need that same sex. Always got a new piece on my arm just like my bracelets. All these tricks just caught up in that big tracks. That's why I came back. I just do take them back to base. I get it done. I make it pump. Everything I sit on, I make it bump. So make it bump, baby. Just make it bump. You better talk to your man. I get him lump. I get it done. I spit it, son. I take it back to the days ruthless, but breaker. I'm here for the paper. I'm a rap till I'm 60. I'm a freak of nature. Not a one-hitter quitter, but a good combinator. With Anakin Skywalker, yeah, Mr. Darth Vader. But stay calm, no way long. I'm not dosing they palm. Y'all can have the game, even though I keep the game charm. I just want that corn, and I brought you like a late dawn. And y'all can kiss my pecans and ass, and hope I stay. I get it done. I make it pump. Everything I sit on, I make it pump. So make it pump, baby. Just make it pump, baby. You better talk to your man. We bout to, baby. I get it done. I spit it, son. I take it back to the days I hit and run. Now here it come. Now here it come. Now here it come. Here it come. Here it come.
I Get It Done by Positive K, friend of the show. You're old to the new for episode 440. Lot harder than what we're used to hearing from Paz.
Yes, and I really, really like taking it back to the days of Hit It Run.
I love that.
That's just a really line. Smooth line.
So give us a little comment in the chat as to what you thought of the old to the new, Positive K's I Get It Done. Your artist of the month, Craig G, gave you your record of the week. Now that's more like it. Ms. Melody gave you your one and done called Diva. That is the music for episode 440. We are going to take our final break of the evening, and when we come back, it will be time for Bill Reed's lyrics on Mr. Throwback Thursday. Come on back now.
Yay. Let's see.
Taking it back to Hit It Run. That was a smooth, but when I first heard it, I was like, that doesn't sound like the playful, happy, Positive K that we're used to.
No, but that's good. I mean,
he reinvented himself. I liked it.
Yeah, he has aged and has given you grown delivery while still being Positive K.
He giving you grown folks music.
Yes.
As the young people would say.
Taking it back to the days of Hit It Run. And Pootie Tang has turned 21.
Which rhymes.
It does.
I get
Pootie
it
Tang
done.
has turned 21.
I get it done. Pootie Tang's 21. I take it back to the days of Hit It Run.
Sadate. Taking it back to the days of shitting on people.
I shitted.
Oh, check your Facebook message. It is actually show
related.
Related, yes.
Oh, is that new?
Okay. Yes.
I wonder if that's going to be a
Greg Broussard posted that on Facebook. For anyone who knows who he is. Yeah. $20 for it.
To the new.
Yeah, it's $20 to get it on Bandcamp. We shall see. We'll dig into some Egyptian lover. Egyptian lover, baby. Yeah, he's got, I don't know if I'll send you this. You can look at it later. Be taking it back to the days of Hit It Run.
He's taking it back to the days of Hit It Run. Oh, yeah, look at that. Egyptian lover on Bandcamp.
Yeah. Whatever that is. Listen to some Bad Bunny or something?
No, I've got somebody's got a video on of someone with like an infection on their finger and they popping it, like one of them pimple popper videos.
No. Whatever it is, no. How about, ow, my ear. What is this one?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I know what that is, but
MC Search.
Yeah, but that was a video. I was wondering what the hell it was. It's not a video. It's a picture with the, you know what I'm talking about. I got a lot of music and stuff in this folder that I didn't even know that I still had this folder. But anyway, I know what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna jump right to the intros and fillers, and I'm gonna go down to grab the motherfucking piano because my drop is video, so I don't need this. Okay. So if you are prepared, as prepared can be, we're gonna hit this drop, and then we'll get into some Burl. So let's do that with a Shri. Woo's your mama?
Yo, what's up? This boy, Uncle, and you're listening to my boy Jamie and Billy on Mr. Throwback Thursday. But you know, I gotta say this. These boys be talking some real good things on Throwback Thursday. So make sure y'all check them out. It's your boy, Uncle.
But it starts with Bill.
Preston. It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Words together is a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headache. Midol for any cramps. Most people don't listen to the Lord, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reads Lyrics.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 440. It is indeed time for Bill Reads Lyrics. I'm almost afraid because you let me off kind of easy on the last one, so.
I did. Well, that's because I had to go year specific. Well,
Yes.
You guys will find that out next week. But yeah, I had to go year specific last time, and I didn't have a lot of time. Well, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare the entire episode as it was.
Right.
Let alone.
Thankfully, it didn't need a whole lot of preparation because it was such a good year that.
Yeah. I just had to find something for us to work from.
Right.
So we weren't going blah, 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 blah. That's a very good question, Gail. What do I have?
I'm going to find out in a moment.
You are, because I'm going to head over here to the shit's head, and I'm going to send that right through there.
Oh, my Lord. Well, it's not cool, Keith.
It is not. And we're going to do verse 1.
Did we do this record?
We did verse 2. Yes. So we're going to now do verse 1.
I mean, did we do it as a one and done or anything?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Thought we did. Okay, so verse 2.
No, verse 1. We did verse 2 on this.
Oh, okay, verse 1.
Yes.
So there's chorus. Okay. Oh, okay.
You can do the chorus to lead in if you want. Or you can end with the chorus.
I think I'll probably end with the chorus. That usually seems to work better.
All right. Well, then let's do this with no type of ado. Sesame Street Grover styley, whether nearer or further. We'll cue the motherfucking piano.
What's up, baby? Ho style. Stick out your tongue and make me smile. In between the mountains, come on in. And on my face, you'll see a big grin. I like a girl with a big tongue. When she opens up her mouth, it can touch the rug. To get with this, you gotta have guts. I like it when they rub my nuts. Lick my booty from the bottom to the top. Woo! Just don't stop. Come on, bitch. Just drive me crazy. Stick out your tongue. Make me cry like a baby. The boys from the bottom like hoes. All them girl booty licking pros. Take your time. Don't do it too fast. And remember, be gentle when you're licking my ass. Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Yeah, lick my ass, bitch. Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Lick, lick, lick my ass, bitch. Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Woo! Lick my ass, bitch. Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Lick, lick, lick. Lick my ass.
Well done, sir. Not
Yeah.
kill my landlord. No.
Very well could have been, though.
It could have been.
Lick, lick, lick. Lick my ass. I was waiting for lick my ass up and down. Lick it till your tongue turns doo-doo brown. Doo-doo brown. Doo-doo brown.
You got to keep with the shitted on him theme.
I shitted on him.
You start talking about Smurfs and Gail's drinking blueberry Smurf coffee.
Papa Smurf.
Yes.
There's a blues singer who lives locally. His name is Papa Chubby.
I'm sure that it is.
But he spells it P-O-P-A instead of P-O-P-P-A. So it's more like Popa Chubby, but he calls himself Papa Chubby.
He can call himself whatever he wants. I just want to get too close to him.
Actually pretty good. If you have Sirius XM, put on BB King's Bluesville and you'll hear Papa Chubby, I'm sure.
Not Papa Roach.
No. Papa Roach doesn't sound as Bill Reed's lyrics-ish as Papa Chubby. So
it does not.
All right.
Doo-doo
That's
brown.
it. So before we get on out of here, Fresh Flicks possibly coming up July 28th.
That is the potential plan. Yes, that is the save the date.
And for the non-fungible football league,
yes,
you have to pay your fungible money if you have not already.
Yes, by the end of this month, because I need time to kick you out of the league and replace you if you do not.
If you are non-fungible.
Yes, if you are not funding the non-fungible football league.
And yes, as everybody can see, I got my hair cut this weekend. So.
Yes, and now that you have switched your hat from Bill to Phil, you are now able
I was going
to
to say
take
that
us
can
home.
only mean one thing, and that would mean it's
That you've
time
got 5
to
on
take
it?
us home. No, but that's later on.
Okay.
Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 440, brought to you by the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee. Go find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at deathwishcoffee.com. The Mr. Throwback Thursday show is an official affiliate of Death Wish Coffee, and you can use our promo code of TBT to save 12% off of your orders at deathwishcoffee.com. Go check them out. And I believe our code is now working for all purchases again.
We'll find out. If it doesn't work, somebody let me know, and I'll harass people.
Also, friends of the show, DefRugs.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at DefRugs. Handmade, high-quality, hip-hop themed rugs from the original Rug E. Fresh himself, that's Marshall Fox, and the Green-Eyed Bandit, his business partner, Eric Sermon. Go check out Def Rugs and get yourself a Def Rug for your feets.
Yay.
Our friend Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York, is the proprietor of the Bittersweet Candy Company, where she makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
Go check them out on Facebook and order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code THROWBACK to save 10% off your order. Our artist of the month is Craig G. He has christened Pumice T. Mendola as Plumbus.
He has indeed.
Plumbus is the proprietor of Melted Mics at MLTDMICS, meltedmics.com. hip-hop themed t-shirts for your perusal. Go check them out. I wore my Fife Dog t-shirt this weekend again.
Nice.
So go check out Melted Mike's. Use our code Mr. Throwback Thursday. That's MR Throwback Thursday. All run together. And you can save 10% off your order there. Etsy.com/shop/geek like you. The geek shall inherit the earth at Geek Like You, where you can get hip-hop themed and pop culture themed items from the sick, twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday himself.
Hey, that's me.
And his sick, twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday.
Yes.
Go check out Etsy.com. Look for Geek Like You, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Start thinking about what you want for Christmas, too, because it's getting here quick.
It is. Isn't that crazy, Eddie?
Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Don't forget the social media network for the show, MrThrowbackThursday.com. We talked about it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Go there and check out the show notes, especially if you want to see the videos of the popping and locking and everything we talked about in the street dance article this week. Article 5, I believe you said it was.
It was, yes.
You can also see the Posse Wall of Fame, the friends of the show, everything that has everything to do with the show. Plus, you can hit us up.
Yes.
Like our friend Rob did a couple weeks ago.
Or next week.
Or next week. Was it next week? I guess it was next week. Yes. Yes, that's right. It was the one we played for next week's show.
It is next week that he called us.
It is next week that he called us, which we are time travelers. So, but you can be that too. You can go and click that microphone and hit us up and tell us you guys suck, or
jackass,
or you guys don't suck, or whatever it is that you feel you want.
Well, we probably do.
So other social media outlets are Twitter handles, as you can see on the screen if you're watching the live feed. Twitter for Jamie at @the_MR_TBT. Take good care of yourself, Rob. My Twitter at Bill_MR_TBT. Also my Instagram handle for the show. Jamie is at Mr. Throwback Thursday on Instagram. Go check us out on our socials. Shout out time, I believe.
Is it?
It is. Shout outs to Gail Dunmeyer and Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Teresa Lynn Simple Luxuries at teresalynns.com, Clay Arsenault, Jason Eckert, Jennifer Buchanan, the Shrieking Warrior, Jacob O'Neill, Jason Heath, Paulie Tibbert, Chris Kinsley, Jessica Walker, Deshauna Townley, Shane Hatley, Ricky Schnarr, Kenneth Elsfelder, Cranky Pants himself, Brian Hollenbeck, Rob Jeffroy, and Kate Harvey. They get mentioned every week because
I got 5 on it.
Or more.
And if you want to get your name mentioned every week, you become a patron at the Loonies level or higher. Go to patreon.com/TBT or MrThrowbackThursday.com and click on that wonderful little link that says Become a Patron.
Yes.
So you get all sorts of, it's MRTBT, by the way,
yes,
on the Patreon page. You get some cool stuff depending on the levels you get. Don't forget our friends in the show. Check out Anthony Imran and Rug Boy over at the Jock and Nerd podcast. Our friend Talking Thai on her webpage at BrooklynThaiNYC.com and her show, What's the Word Podcast with Brooklyn Thai NYC. Do not forget the hardest working turntablist in the world and the best at it right now. He is the one and only DJ B, Beezus Shuttlesworth. He is the proprietor of Freshtopia and Fresh Radio at itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phones. You can listen to the Mr. Throwback Thursday show every Thursday on Fresh Radio from 6 to 8 a.m. East. And then stick around for the All Request show. You can send in your requests to B at Real Fresh Radio, and he will play them to the best of his ability. So go check that out. You can also check out a little website called WildOneRadio.com. Yes. Wild One Radio is your home, no matter where you are in the world, to listen to the Mr. Throwback Thursday show. You tell them where you are, they'll tell you where you can listen and what time. So Wild One Radio Get wild with Mr. Throwback Thursday on Wild One Radio. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Go find us wherever you find podcasts.
Because we're everywhere.
Go vote on the podcast awards.
Yes. For those people who don't know yet, because that's in the future that was announced, go to podcastawards.com, register to vote there. We will be in the People's Choice and the news and politics categories. So vote for us there. You can vote for other people in other categories if you want, but vote for us in those categories.
In the People's Choice and the news and politics.
Yes.
So go check that out. Find us, share the good word, rate, review. Your input helps our output. We said it many times. Thank you, Gail. She voted. Both of our wives have voted.
Yep.
So they probably voted for other people. They didn't say
Probably,
they voted for
but
us.
They just said they voted.
Anyway, until 2 weeks from now for the next live recording.
Yes.
Stay tuned for next week's special, episode 441. It is the 1993 Spotlight Edition. We will see you live in 2 weeks.
We will.
Until then, take good care of yourselves. You enjoy your vacation, by the way.
I will. Thank you.
Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
Until next time, keep it classic.
And like Cool Keith says, lean back. Fruit cocktail and pancake syrup flow down your butt crack.
And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.
I shitted.
F-R-E-S-H